Hello everyone, welcome to LICD Lab 2 procedure. So today we are going to do practical differentiator and secondly the extension of it, that is first order active high pass filter. So for practical differentiator, the problem statement is as follows. We need to design an op-amp differentiator that will differentiate an input signal with a maximum frequency up to 100 Hz. So our input sine wave of 1 volt is applied at 100 Hz. We have to select that. So basically the design steps are as follows. We have to select FA is equal to F max is equal to 100 Hz. Then FA is equal to 1 upon 2 pi RF into C1. That is the formula. So we can assume the value of C1 as 0.1 microfarad. And in turn, we can calculate the value of RF from the above formula of FA. So RF will be in kilo ohms. So you can select the standard value or you can select the same value in LT spice. Next is you need to select FB as 10 times FA and FA is around 100. So FB will be 1 kilohertz. Select FB equal to 1 upon 2 pi R1 into C1. That's the formula equal to 1000. So from the above, we know the value of C1. We just need to calculate the value of R1. So you can calculate the value of R1 and put it inside this box. There is one more relation in the step, that is a practical differentiator. We have the relation of RF into CF is equal to R1 into C1. So CF will be given by R1 C1 upon CF upon RF. Calculate the value of CF will be which will be coming in microfarad. Now this will be a design practical differentiator circuit. You have to assemble this in your LT spice with the values which you have designed. So you have R1 C1 and RF CF, and the formula for the output of this differentiator will be minus RF C1 dV in by dt. Now we'll come to the observation table. So we have to apply sine wave, square wave, and angular wave of 2 volts peak to peak, and measure its theoretical value for only sine wave, and note down the simulated value peak to peak output value for sine for square, angular, and sine wave. For sine wave, how do we calculate the theoretical value? You use this formula: V out equal to minus RF into C1 dV in by dt. You will get a result. Okay, so substitute that answer in this theoretical value. So that's how you do it. Now for giving the sine wave input in LT spice, we have to follow the procedure. So go to component library in LT spice, type signal, select it, click on OK, and drag it into the schematic. Right click on the sine source and enter the following parameters. DC source will be 0, amplitude will be 1 volt, and frequency will be 100. Rest parameters are not needed, so leave it as it is. Click on OK. So your sine wave will be selected. So once your circuit is ready, you need to select proper, the transient analysis. For the time period will be the frequency is 1 upon 100, so the time period will be 10 millisecond. You can select for transient response the time period to be around more than this. So around, for example, you can select 50 milliseconds transient time period. Now, in order to give a square wave input in LT spice, again go to components, type voltage, select it, place it onto the schematic, right click on the voltage source, and enter the following parameters. So your following parameters will be V initial will be -1, V on will be -1, delay will be 0, rise time and fall time will be 0.001 milli, T on will be 5 milliseconds, T period will be 10 milliseconds, and leave the N cycles blank and click on OK. So again, here and place it onto the schematic, your square wave will come up. For simulating this, we have to select transient analysis. And for transient analysis, you can select the time period as 50 milliseconds. Now coming back to triangular wave, the procedure is same. Only difference is here the parameter values will be different. Initial will be -1, on time will be on voltage will be 1 volt, delay will be 0, rise time and fall time. This time you have to select it as 5 millisecond. On time you select as 0, time period you select as 10 millisecond. So n cycles you can leave it blank, click on OK. You will get a triangular wave input. Again, for the simulation purpose, for transient response, you can select the period as millisecond, the dot tran period as 50 millisecond. So this was about the first part of the schematic. So observe this waveform giving sine wave, triangular, and so, sine wave, square wave, and triangular wave, and observe the waveform on the CRO. Now for the second half, we have to simulate the active first order high pass filter. So this is my circuit. You can take the same values. You just have to not select the value of this is RF actually. CF you don't connect basically. So for this, this is my expected response. So at low frequencies it will block, and at high frequency it will be a constant. So basically, it will pass high frequencies this filter, and it will reduce and or block the low frequencies. In this, whenever you get the plot, 3 dB down, you go 3 dB down. Let's say this is 20 dB, so this will be 17 dB. At that particular value, you note down the cutoff frequency. So as you can see below this, beyond the cutoff frequency, before the cutoff frequency, it is stop band, and beyond the cutoff frequency, it is called as pass band. Note down the F0, which is the cutoff frequency, and the pass band gain from this graph. So pass band gain will be this top value, the highest value of this, where it is constant. Now to select the source for the signal variation, for frequency variation, so that at AC1 appears, what you need to do is select the voltage from the component library on LTSpice, right click on the source, go to advanced, select none, and put select as AC amplitude as 1, AC phase you don't select it. Okay, and plot the frequency response in LTSpice. After the circuit simulation, after the circuit schematic is ready, click on simulate, click on run, select AC analysis, enter the parameter values, enter the parameter values as type of sweep will be decade, number of points will be 10, start frequency 10, and stop frequency will be 20K. So this way, once you select, this is for plotting the frequency response in LTSpice, these are the settings. And this is to select the voltage source so that you can vary it, the amplitude will be 1, so that you can vary it for various frequencies, and this will be the expected response. So in this way, you can check the first order high pass response for a high pass filter. So I think that's it for this lab. Next time we'll study different application using op amp. Until then, have a good day and thank you.